so serious. Okay, wait, let's get that out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Tío. Yeah, okay, that's really roughly put, I guess, because it was like 30 CDs.
Bueno, buenas a todos, estamos en un nuevo vídeo para el canal y nada, en este vídeo va a ser un poco diferente, va a ser una especie de entrevista y a esta persona que tenemos, se llama Kristoph, va a contar un poco pues quién es, lo que hace, qué está haciendo y por qué su historia es tan interesante. Así que nada, voy a hacer unas preguntas, bueno, va a ser en inglés porque, bueno, las contará, pero bueno, espero que os guste y nada, empezamos. So, I guess...
Hi to everybody, I guess. That's what you just
like introduce yourself maybe.
Okay, so I'm Kristoph, 21. Currently staying here in where are we?
No, where are you from?
Okay, Schweinfurt, like the bigger regions like Würzburg, nobody knows it, so it's like close to Frankfurt. Peace on all. Do you have German viewers?
I don't think so, but
okay, so nobody gives a shit anyway. Can I say shit or does it get demonetized?
No, I'm not monetized yet, so that's
but
fine.
Think big in the future.
So, what brought you to Spain? What are you doing basically here?
So,
in the middle of Spain,
I
Germany?
completely forgot what I wanted to ask you. Do I look at you or at the camera?
Both.
Because usually the camera should be here, right? So I decided to go out and travel without a real plan. Took the first car by hitchhiking that took me like to any place, and apparently they went like northwest, so I continued that route and my first country. The only thing I had in mind, I wanted to leave Germany as fast as I could because I didn't like it at all at that time. I still don't like it that much. I like it more now, but yeah, basically I went with the flow.
Me parecía muy interesante la historia de Kristoph porque se parece mucho a lo que intento decir yo en mi canal de YouTube, que déjate tonterías, vamos. Ese momento en el que, por ejemplo, quieres hacer un backflip o una voltereta o lo que sea y está esa inicial respuesta de no querer hacerlo porque te da miedo y todo eso. Y supongo ahora se lo pregunto que a Kristoph le pasó lo mismo cuando no quería estar más en Alemania y decidió, pues eso, irse por el mundo a visitarlo, a encontrarse un poco a sí mismo y pues por eso quería hacer una entrevista. Así que, like, tell us about that moment when you decide, alright, let's leave Germany and hope for the best, have a nice experience and maybe find yourself or something.
So basically it was like an overnight decision. I had the idea of traveling and going out, seeing the world for longer, but like when I said okay, I'm gonna do it, was like overnight. And the next day I told my girlfriend, and like 2 days later my parents, and like because in Germany we have a lot of paperwork, it took me like 6 weeks to actually go out. It was just like the inner desire to, like, I don't know, live life, because I missed a lot of time during my childhood, teenage years where I like not wasted it, like I learned during that time, but I really wanted to. I was like in that really common
social path.
Your family wants you to go or society wants you to go, so I kind of wanted to break out of that, and I had a good job, like it was well paid, nobody asked like, oh, why do you do that, you know? But at the end, like, money doesn't make you happy, I guess. It's a good tool, and I don't think money is bad.
Alright, next question maybe is, the audience don't know how long have you been traveling?
Okay.
Like, when did the travel start?
So I finally left at the end of November, which was like 1 week after my 21st birthday. It took me a while to say goodbye to my friends and everybody, you know. And then my father brought me to the highway in our small city. I didn't expect, I expected nothing, to not be disappointed. But it took 10 minutes and the first car stopped. And nice. It was actually a family that stopped. I didn't expect that at all, and with kids and stuff. But it was their first time. It was my first time. We exchanged numbers, and it's like that through the whole journey. That was like what kind of vibe, you know, like good people as a whole. Like people are good, so that's what I can like. If you want to travel, like people are good, and just go out and do it. So anyway,
like we know when you started. Like how long is the trip gonna be?
Okay. Yeah, so I've told my family and my girlfriend and my friends that it's gonna be more than 2 years. It's gonna be around like 3 to maximum 5, I guess. But the point is, I didn't want to set myself a time limit to not be in a hurry, because when you stand there on the street, I mean, at that point I never hitchhiked before. I didn't knew how it felt, but it made sense for me to not be, when you wait for 2 hours, to be like, oh, you know, I waste my time. I have to be back in like 6 months or 1 year when you do that typical gap year. So I just wanted to have the freedom to keep going. And more of my travel, I actually moved than like stayed in a place. That's like unusual, but like the hitchhiking, the walking part at the end especially was like big part of it. And before Corona,
yeah, that's a question that maybe people have.
Yeah.
What did you do during Corona time?
Yeah.
Quarantine.
So basically, I was lucky that I was on accident at that time in Madrid. So, okay, let's first go through my route, I guess, like how I moved.
Yeah.
So like widely put, I went through like from Bavaria up to Belgica through France, and like Lille was the first city I spent. But from the route side, like Lille, Paris, and also like along the Atlantic coast in France a lot. Down to Lyon, I didn't do Marseille and Mediterranean area. At that time I spent like 2 months in France, and I was like, okay, I want to see Spain. Heard a lot of good things about Spain. And so it happened, and I had to spend like 2 nights actually on a gas station on the highway talking to truck drivers to find somebody who took me to Spain. But I thought it was worth it. It was still a long distance, and I found it, and I was in Pamplona. That was my first city in Spain, which was a blast. I guess it was like falling in love with Spain. I came through Pamplona along.
So I think he went to Pamplona, San Sebastián,
Tudela, Zaragoza, then poco down to Madrid, like really small cities.
The Corona thing hit.
Yeah, the Corona thing hit. I was really happy that I was in Madrid at that time, because there was like good food supplies for homeless people and for crazy travelers. I mean, I didn't met anyone except me, but I was happy to have good food supply there.
Where did you sleep? Like when the police told that you couldn't be?
Yeah, I mean, I just told them that I don't have a home, and I had to explain how long did I stay here, why did I came here, and yada yada. And at the end, they were like, "Lo siento, like we can't help you," basically, because I asked for like accommodation in
like algún tipo de albergue o algo donde pudiese dormir.
Pero everything was full, of course, because everybody wanted to go in, and I was like okay with that, because I at least had my backpack. I was like prepared for that, and there were people who were like bigger problems.
Maybe explain the feeling about wanting to leave Madrid, and they didn't even allow you to cross the province border, I guess.
Okay.
That's how you say it.
Yeah, so of course after a while, or like really quick, I felt like stuck and I wanted to move. So what I did was like try to sneak into a train, which worked. I went to Valladolid, which I didn't know where I was going.
So you took the train and didn't even know where you were
Yeah,
going?
I had no idea. And I fall asleep in the train, and
you ended up in Valladolid.
Yes. And I was like, oh cool, new city and stuff, was excited. I found out I went north, which was not on my way, because when I was in Spain I was kinda okay. If I want to move forward, I have to go to either Morocco or Portugal next, or more south at least, or
Yeah, because you had a more plan.
Yeah, I mean the plan developed over the travel. Like when I started, like I said, I have no idea. I would have gone to Poland, or
once you were in Spain, you.
I kinda like developed the plan. Also so in the northern Spain, everybody told me go to the south, like Malaga and that kind of stuff. So I was like okay, but I was shit. I was so fine. I spent there a few days, met cool people at least through the window, because everybody was at home, of course. And then I was like, okay, go back, but no, they control the entrance immediately with the tickets and stuff. So it took me a few days to really be pressured enough to like walk back. I didn't want to beg for money and that kind of stuff, so I started walking. That was my pretty exciting trip back to Madrid then. But then I was in Madrid again and I was like, okay, just accept the situation. I did a lot of sports, started drawing and meditating and that kind of stuff during the time. And from Madrid, then I was really like, when COVID was like, when people could go out again, I was like, okay, it's time to go. And Valencia was kinda like, a lot of people told me go there, and I really liked the beach, the ocean, and so Valencia made sense, and also like the route Valencia along the coast made sense at that time, even in my head. So, and then I was in Valencia. Like, let's skip a few weeks, I guess. And then I was in Valencia, and then I didn't expect to stay 5 weeks there. I rested like 2 days, chilled, because you have to, like, when you travel like that, you have kind of recover from the travel, because the journey itself is like. In Valencia, I spent 5 weeks because it was nice to have people around me, and in Valencia especially there were a lot of Erasmus students and people at my age. So we had a lot of fun, as you can guess.
Vino hasta, bueno, por donde estamos ahora, más o menos por Almería.
Murcia, Almería, I don't know what comes first.
Murcia, Almería.
Murcia, Almería.
A deeper question now. So, what was the goal, or what would you tell someone who wanted to do it?
Okay, so the thing I could tell you for sure is like, just do it. It sounds like a Nike.
Yeah.
Nike.
Well, it's kind of the name of my channel, so.
But really, well, there you have it right there. Like, that's what this guy is doing, I guess. Just do it. And what was my biggest reason to go is just to not have my usual circle of influence, and just be on my own to discover what I like, what my goals are, what my values are, and what I want to do with my life. Yeah. To have the right direction, I guess. That can always change, of course, but yeah, I never had that big of an inner desire to do something, and usually I'm that kind of guy who overthinks a lot of stuff and don't actually does anything. But at that point, it was a no-brainer, even though I myself didn't have an idea how it would work, how I would manage without money, without like knowing where to sleep, and without knowing different languages except English. At that time, kind of only basic.
Sí, básicamente que, pues eso, lo que representa un poco el canal, que es ese momento en el que, pues, es simplemente o hacerlo o no hacerlo. Así que nada, yo creo que esto es un buen punto para acabar la conversación, porque llevamos ya 20 minutos. So it was nice to have you on my channel, I guess.
Yeah, sure, it was a pleasure to be here, dude.
And
do you want to tell the story how we met?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Right? I guess
Yeah.
it's interesting for the people, like.
Yeah, maybe.
How do you know that random traveler?
Yeah. Sí, porque, o sea, cómo nos conocimos, más o menos. O sea, yo estaba, bueno, sí, hay que contar que fue una coincidencia bastante interesante, porque yo estaba en las barras haciendo, no sé qué, una rondita de workout, y nada, me iba a ir, pero dije, venga, va, voy a hacer otra ronda más. Y a la que volví, estaba acababa de llegar este personaje, tiró la mochila ahí, y nada, me preguntó que si algo de unas barras o algo así. Y nada, ya ahí empezó la conversación. Y nada, hasta ahora. So you wanna something?
Dude, okay,
Una coincidencia that made you stick to this town, maybe?
yeah,
Because it was gonna be just
walkthrough.
like a
Literally,
walkthrough.
I didn't even know that I arrived to the next city.
So, básicamente ni siquiera iba a quedarse en este pueblo, lleva ya como 6 días o así, porque nos pusimos ahora en las barras. Ah, sí, que si, bueno, vamos a acabar aquí el Si os ha gustado, pues nada, preguntar cualquier cosa. Como habéis visto, es una aventura increíble. O sea, seguro que os ha aparecido alguna pregunta por la mente, así que nada, ponedla en los comentarios si queréis. Y decirnos si queréis un segundo vídeo, no sé si cuánto estará más aquí Kristoph, pero bueno, igual hay tiempo para un segundo. So you want to say anything to the viewers?
Life is amazing, people are good, do what your heart tells you, and love yourself, I guess. That's
pretty much it.
that sums it up today. Yeah. Don't drink. Cut it out.
Well, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was really good, dude.
Pues nada, nos vemos en el siguiente. Déjate tonterías.
Peace. Yeah, you can tell
Geography.
I'm an expert now. But to be honest, I know the Spanish map better than the German map now. I don't care. But at that time, it felt kind of weird to be in a new city without knowing anybody and just sleeping randomly outside. Especially because it was like minus 10 degrees.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I have to drink now. Oh.